What's up guys? Today I'm going to perform a little fix on the carburetor. As you can see, the fuel tank has been already removed. You can see that there's a drop of gas there, also here too. It's kind of hard to see, right? Let me give you a little more light. You can see some gas leak here and there, and this is happening from this funnel here. This is worn out and gas is leaking from the funnel and the carburetor. You know, there could be a gap there. It's possible there could be a gap here as well. So I am going ahead and replace this so I can stop the gas leak. I did make a video on how to clean the carburetor before, so with regards to the disassembly and assembly of the carburetor, you may want to check that out on top of what I'm doing today. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Okay, so here's the new funnel. The part number is 2UJ1446900. And I went ahead and cleaned inside here. It was not bad. I was kind of suspecting that there could be some kind of like a major backdraft happening, so the fuel and air mixture gets all the way back into the air cleaner, but it was not happening. Air cleaner was very clean, so I don't think that's an issue either. And then I also checked the spark plugs. They were looking very milky brown, almost like gray, so that was fine too. So here's a new funnel and the old funnel. The major difference is that there's a little tab here. That's a new one, and this is the old one. When you look at the old one, it's bent quite a bit actually. I am suspecting that that could be the problem this time. The new one is nice and straight like that, you know, it's sticking out. See that? This one is bent and it's kind of like, you know, it's like pushed in like that. So yeah, let's go ahead and install this, the new one. Alright, here we go. It is much tighter fit actually. It was like really loose when I was taking off the old one, but it's really tight. Yeah, it's really nice and tight. Just make sure it fits well. Alright, here we go. Now, before installing this carburetor back on the bike, make sure to replace these O-rings. There's one here and there's one on the other side. Now, this intake manifold is for Virago 250. But as you know, my bike is Virago 125, which is okay. It seems to be okay. So the part number is 93210-30611. Let's go ahead and put these on, and then the carburetor is going to be back on the bike. By the way, I got a new clamp here too. The part number is 90450-54008. Alright, so let's put this carburetor back on the bike. Okay, so now the carburetor is back on the bike, almost like how it was. I am going ahead and open this and do some float adjustment and replace some parts, and then also do a fuel level check. I'm gonna show you how to check the fuel level again when I complete my job here, but basically the fuel level inside of the carburetor should be roughly around 16 millimeters below this line, which is indicated here outside of the carburetor lid. That's loosely around 5/8 of an inch below the line. I do, however, like to set it slightly lower than that because my bike tends to run better with a leaner setting. I mean, this is something that we all have to adjust, depends on the riding conditions, so what works for me may not be the best for you, so make sure that you're aware of that. Now the carburetor is already emptied out. There's no fuel inside. Go. Okay, so I am going to clean inside of the carburetor. The old O-ring, I am going to reuse it until I finish checking the fuel level. So I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna take it off for now, but I'm gonna reuse that until I finish the fuel level check. When the fuel level check is done, I will replace that with the new one. The float looks okay. It is functioning. It is fine. I do have the new one though, but I am just going to go ahead and use the old one and see how it goes. One of the things I want to do is to bend these little tabs towards that way so the fuel mixture gets leaner. The other way around, it gets richer. Then up towards me, like that. Like that. Just a little bit is okay. There you go. The fuel valve is okay. It's looking fine. However, the filter is kind of dirty, and also there's an O-ring there, so that could be causing the fuel leak. So I am going ahead and replace them with the new one. There. The part number is 3CF14107 and 10. Okay, so let's put an O-ring right here. There you go. And just a little grease on it. The silicone grease, just a little bit. Like that. Place a filter on top of it. There you go. And then this is now ready to be placed. There you go. And the tiny screw that goes right here. Doesn't have to be super tight. That's good enough. Okay, so let's put this float valve on the float. Like that. Place a pin. Like that. Double check the movement. Okay, so I have the old O-ring. I am going ahead and put this back on the carburetor, and then the fuel tank back on, and then double check the fuel level. And then if it's good, I am going to take off this lid, replace that with the new O-ring, put this back on, and then the job is done. Good. It's loosely bolted on. It's alright for now. It's kind of hard to see, but here's a tube, and I'm going to place this tube right here, and I'll be loosening this screw, and that will let me see the fuel level in comparison to the line here, which is indicated on the outside of the carburetor. Now, this is a constant velocity carburetor, so I'm going to have to turn on the engine in order for the fuel to get in the carburetor. So let's go ahead and turn the engine on. Alright, so you can see the fuel level, I don't know, maybe 18, 20 kilometers below that line. So it's good, it's good. So I am now ready to install the new O-ring. Okay, here we go. Okay, so here's a new O-ring. The part number is 1HX1414700. That fits perfectly, like that. There we go. Okay, so let's make sure this sits there very well. Just go very carefully and have it rest right there, and loosely fit the screws. Okay, it's a very loose fit. There you go, all good. Alright, all set. Everything is assembled back together. Now let's just go ahead and turn on the engine again. Ignition. There you go. Good, good, good. Good. Yep, runs perfectly. Now all I gotta do now is to go for a test ride and see if there's any more leak there. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be okay. They're all new parts, so anyway, thanks for watching and see you again soon.